those bets in because we got a lot of picks on today's show from the primetime games. We'll cover the college football game. We know Florida will be playing Oklahoma. We got a lot of picks from the show today from college basketball. We got NBA and more. Let's take a look here at the crew for today's show. We got Rod Zawacki join us. El Ninos, nick of time. We got you right on camera, my man. Not a second too late. And then, of course, we have Joe Duffy here, as well as Chris Rufalo and Shane Mickle will join us. Let's go ahead and welcome Chris here, my co-host. Chris, how you doing? Ready for the second to last day of 2020?
Oh, man, I'm ready for 2020 to be over. The only thing that I want 2020 is to have my vision be that way. But let's get 2021. Let's get it that much closer. Let's start the show.
Let's start the show, and let's welcome Joe Duffy. Joe, how are things going today?
Going pretty well. We got our college football bowl game of the year tomorrow. So, things going fairly well. But, yeah, obviously, like the rest of the world, I'm ready to start a new year as well.
Let's start a new year. Let's knock this out with some winners here, Joe. You're going to be looking at an NBA one. An attended game, Atlanta Hawks at Brooklyn Nets, 7:30 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass Channel. Nets are favored 6, but the total sits here at 239.
Yeah, this is a game where it's actually the highest total of the year for each team, although each team is, like a half a point or a point off in their highest total this year. In fact, Atlanta, their total in their last game was just 225.5. Brooklyn was just 227.5, and in fact, Brooklyn even went under that. And the teams have combined for going under 6 of 7 times this year. So everything points towards the under, right? Well, kind of, but this is an angle in which I say use the odds makers' knowledge against them because, everybody has access to computer software. I don't always like to give away the exact parameters of my systems, make people work if they want to borrow that system. But essentially, in using a lot of those statistics that I say, where it's the highest total of the year far and away and much higher than the last games, we have a nice system that is 2,250, 1898, and 80 to the over, including 430, 284, and 25 since 2015 for 60.2%. The Nets, they will get Durant and Kyrie Irving back tonight from load management. They're both very good offensive players. The Hawks, they rebuilt during the offseason to get guys around Trae Young, most of them to really to run with him, to improve their offense. Yeah, Capella also comes back tonight, and he's good on both ends, but still, this is a team that's really gelling. One of our favorite because it's the best of our simulations programs, they did 10,000 simulations, found this game going over at a 67% rate with 248 combined points are projected. So, yeah, even though, again, a lot of the statistics I gave would seemingly point towards the under, this is where I said we use the odds makers' knowledge against them. We've got a system that says definitely Brooklyn, Atlanta over W marks the center square.
All right, over the total here, it should read at 239 in this one, Nets and the Atlanta Hawks. All right, Chris, what say you in this one?
Well, I've got to agree. I mean, the Nets, like Joe said, the addition of Kyrie Irving and a healthy Kevin Durant, one of the higher scoring teams in the league, and Atlanta, well, and this was a team that liked to run and gun, didn't play much defense last year, and hasn't carried much over into this year as well. So I like the over 239 as well.
Yeah, I can't argue that one. I'm with you there too as well, Joe, on the over in this one, Nets and the Atlanta Hawks. All right, Joe, why don't you give us the last word on this one?
Yeah, it's just, gets back to what I said. When the odds makers are seemingly sort of making a statement, when you look at some of the numbers and the odds, may be different than the numbers, go with what the odds makers are actually telling you. It's kind of an old adage, but what does it mean? Well, my computer says there are quite a few examples of what it means. And, again, it might be counterintuitive where you may say, look, based on the totals this year, this game should go under, right? No, wrong. Listen to those odds makers. Use their knowledge against them.
All right, over 239. All right, Joe, good night tonight. NBA college hoops. We got a bowl game up there. What you got going on tonight over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we do have an NBA play for tonight. I know we had a college basketball game earlier today, looking at it as it looks like it's going to go down to the wire. NBA game for tonight, one of the best systems. Those of you who have been with me for years, you've won with this before. And perhaps more importantly, tomorrow, that 4 o'clock kickoff is my bowl game of the year. I got a stat that is 26-0, a bowl-specific stat that's 26-0. That's 100% for those of you in Rio Lindo, California. That's a pretty good stat. So bowl game of the year goes tomorrow, and it's already posted at Pick Dogs.
All right, guys, check Joe Duffy over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers in college basketball document over over 450 units of profit over there at Pig Dogs. You see he's got his big bowl game going up as well for tomorrow. Why not pick up one of those long-term passes? You see that 7 or 30-day pass. That would be all of Joe's plays that he releases at Pig Dogs Premium. Say you get the 30-day pass, you get college football, the NBA, college basketball, NFL, all for one low price over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Joe, as always, great to have on your show. Have yourself a great night. We got you for one more show here in 2020.
All right, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we did a little switch where I will be here tomorrow night to close out the year. In 2021, we're going to win a ton of money for sure.
Absolutely. Have a great night. We're talking with Joe tomorrow. All right, continue on here on the drive-thru. Joined here by Chris Ruffalo. Now it's time to bring on our buddy Rod Zawacki to the show. Let's go ahead and welcome Joe. He's got an NBA play to deliver today, Joe. And we just talked to Joe. Now it's time for Rod Zawacki. Rod, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Tony?
I'm doing great. All right, you're looking at one of the feature games tonight. NBA League Pass channel has the Lakers at the Spurs at 8:30 Eastern time. Lakers laying 6 on the road. Total sits here at 229.
Yeah, this will be the Lakers' first road game of the year. They had on the road and going to take on the Spurs. The Spurs off to a nice start this year, going 2-1 straight up, and they are 3-0 ATS to start the year. The Spurs are. Spurs have a nice offensive distribution here. They've got 7 guys that are scoring, averaging double digits here on the offensive boards here. And for me, you look at this Lakers teams, and they started the season 2-2. Just like they say, championship hangover looks like it's setting in. Lakers, you look at their last 5 on the road. They're 1-4 ATS their last 5 versus a team with a winning record. Their last 5 road games, the Lakers are 1-3-1 ATS. For me, this is just way too many points here. Take the Spurs plus the 6. I would even sprinkle a little on the money line. I wouldn't be shocked if the Spurs win this outright.
All right, Rod says take the Spurs. I agree with Rod in this one. I think Spurs looking to be playing a little better defense. What say you, Chris, in this one?
Yeah, it's amazing what the Spurs can do when they're actually healthy and they're at full strength. And they're well coached with Pop leading the charge. And I'm with Roger. I like the Spurs with the points. I think they give the Lakers all they can handle. They could win this one outright. So I'm on the Spurs as well, plus the 6.
Agreement with the Spurs plus the 6. All right, Rod, about a quarter after the hour. A lot of action tipping off top of the hour. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
We had a couple go off this morning. So I threw together, I got a Wild Wednesday drive-through triple. I got 3 hoops action plays still going on tonight. I got 2 college basketball, 1 NBA play. These plays the perfect opportunity to hit the books hard. Or if you want, we're just about coming up onto that new year. It's your last chance to grab something long-term. Grab a long-term package, 3 days, 7 days, even a month. We got hockey coming up here in a couple weeks. Grab something long-term, and Mitch will equal that consensus for the exact same amount of time. You have until the end of the year to grab something long-term.
Absolutely. Good time to get those long-term passes. You see Ron Zawacki document over at Pig Dogs Premium, plus 370 units of profit. Pick up one of those long-term passes. That's your best value over at Pig Dogs Premium. Check his profile page over there at Pig Dogs Premium. You'll be able to see what he's got on the menu for tonight's action. Get there before the top of the hour as you get those plays in. All right, Rod, as always, great having you on the show. Have a good night. We'll be on tomorrow.
Have yourself a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, Chris. For New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, that's right. Tomorrow morning with Rod Zawacki. Don't forget that morning show on every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Mitch and company get to started. Rod Zawacki, Chris Ruffalo, Brian Bittler on the morning show. You get the Ron Romanelli on the weekends, so be sure to check it out. An evening to you as well, Scott Schutte there from the chat room. Don't forget to chime in with your comments here, and we'll put them up there as well. I know Shannon Hall likes to play here. We'll put his pick up there, what he thinks here in the chat room. And he's looking at that Indiana laying the 6.5 in college hoops. And don't forget, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free picks every day. Of course, Mitch gets it started every day with the morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Of course, then we have the computer pick show. Then we have the drive-through Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, giving you those prime time game picks for under current lines, of course. And, of course, Mitch's halftime shows. Mitch will throw in those halftime shows, some select bowl games. I'm sure there'll be a lot of action tomorrow with the playoffs. And, of course, the New Year's Day coming up. and don't forget the NFL. So be sure to subscribe, and of course, give us that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. That helps our audience grow, doesn't it, Chris?
Absolutely. I mean, when we get the thumbs up, our content shows up higher on the main pages of YouTube, and when we're able to feature across more platforms, it allows us to give out more premium content to you guys. You're already watching the streams. Just got to go underneath the feed, just click the thumbs up. Helps us out a ton, doesn't cost you anything. You're already here watching the material, so just help us out a little bit. But definitely we appreciate all the support.
We absolutely do appreciate that support. All right, continue on here on the drive-through. We're going to get you that pick from that Florida Oklahoma game, but let's go ahead and welcome in Shane Mickle. He's going to look at some college hoops. Shane, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great. Good sound coming in here, loud and clear. No echo, so the sound has definitely improved with that new mic of yours. So we're going to look at this one here. ACC contest between North Carolina and Georgia Tech. ACC Network at 8 p.m. Eastern Time has North Carolina favored on the road by 4. Total sits here at 142.5.
Yeah, these are two teams that have been inconsistent scoring, but they both like to score. The one thing I'm really on this game is North Carolina is still averaging a boatload of points, and they're only shooting like under 30% from behind the 3-point line. They're still averaging 78 points per game on the road. In their last game against North State, they only made 2 3-pointers. Still put up points up and down action. Even if the 3-pointers aren't hitting, I still think this one goes for the total.
All right, Shane Mickle says go over total here. North Carolina and Georgia Tech. All right, Chris, what's your thoughts on this one?
I'm leaning towards the over as well. I mean, years past, you wouldn't say that with Georgia Tech. It's been a lower scoring Yellow Jackets team, but talent we've seen from Georgia Tech this year. My concern is that North Carolina's got to get their shooting up. I'm too good at shooting inside the arc, but as far as this game goes, I'm definitely with Shane. I like the over to 142.5.
Agreement on over the total of 142.5. North Carolina and Georgia Tech. All right, Shane, what's you got going on over the site Pig Dogs Premium?
I got a 5-pack up tonight. Had 2 this afternoon. Won them both. 5-pack tonight. NBA, college football, college basketball. My college football is my top play. It'll probably be the last top play in college football unless there's something really good in the national championship game of the year. So hop on that package, $34.95.
All right, check out Shane Mickle over at Pig Dogs Premium. Get that play he's got going on over the side, or you can pick up one of those long-term passes there at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Shane, as always, great having you on your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you Friday.
Yeah, see you next year, guys.
All right, see Shane Mickle next year here as we continue here on the drive-through. All right, we got Chris. It's your turn up front and center here. You're going to be looking at this college basketball game. It's top of the hour, 7 Eastern time between Arkansas and Auburn. ESPN2 is going to televise it. Arkansas road favorite here, 3.5. Total sits here at 148.
Yeah, and the thing is, it started to look a little bit more up for Auburn. The problem is that this team, it kind of got off to a rough start. Auburn not getting their 5-star recruit to start the year, and it kind of rolled over when they barely got by a St. Joe's team that only won 8 games last year. They played games against Gonzaga, UCF, both losses, and they have a win against Memphis on a neutral floor. Other than that, there's not much else to speak of there. As far as Arkansas goes, they haven't had much of a schedule to write home about either. But the thing is, I think Arkansas has had the better start to the year. They're coming into this one 8-0. And you know what? Both these teams like to shoot the 3. The thing for me with Auburn is that, Auburn likes to shoot the 3. Over half of their shot attempts are coming from behind the arc, 51%. That's normally a good thing, but not when you're only making 32% of them. So if you're taking a lot of those shots and those are resulting in misses, Arkansas's got the team that can push the pace, go in transition, and make you pay for those misses. I think that's what we've got here going with Auburn. As much as I like Auburn, I think Arkansas is going to run up and down the floor, take advantage of those missed shots from Auburn. I like Arkansas laying the points here. I think we can easily catch the Razorbacks. They win this one by 5 or 6 points. See, we're getting them at 3.5. This number's only gone up from 1.5 since open. I like Arkansas, like I said, by 5 or 6 points at the very least.
All right, Chris, this is Arkansas laying the 3.5 here against Auburn. All right, Chris, I know you're smoking right now. You are tearing up in college hoops. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, Well, we had Whale Bet Wednesday go off earlier today, but you know what? I would kind of modify that up a little bit. I've got a modified Whale Bet Wednesday 3-pack for the drive-through special over $29.95 over at Pick Dogs Premium. Guys, hop on one of those or hop on one of the longer-term packages as well. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day all sports passes. Those are going to get you all the picks from everything. College football, NBA, college hoops. Like Rod said earlier, we got the NHL starting up as well. Or, we also have my college basketball season pass over there for $3.99 right now. You guys can see the start we've had for NCAA basketball this year. It's only going to get better as the season goes on. I plan on making that number grow exponentially by the end of the year. So hop on one of those passes. Let's put some cash in your pocket in 2021. Start the year on a good note.
That's right. Start the year on a good note. Pick up one of those long-term passes from Chris Ruffalo over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers, over 1,020 units of profit. That's all documented over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got the daily pass up there for the nice action, or go for the long-term pass. He'll get you in the winner's circle, performing great at Pig Dogs Premium. We'll continue on here with Chris. Chris, I want to bring a note here. I know I was putting up some comments from the chat room. Everyone's loving on this Milwaukee laying the 6 against Miami. I guess there's some news coming up. Butler out again.
Yeah, I know. We had Butler out yesterday, and we saw Milwaukee kind of put the boots to the Heat. I guess that's what I get for disagreeing with Alex Smart, and I'll learn my lesson for next time. But you know what? I still think that there's some value with Miami in the points. And you know what? If it happens again, it happens again. But I think this Miami team's too proud. There's a lot of depth on this team to sort of let them get the boots again from Milwaukee. And I think the Heat's got some revenge on their mind in this spot. I think that I think we could have a game that goes down to the wire here. I think we see a little bit of an inspired effort from the Heat, and I like the value of the Heat with the points. But again, it's going to be one that we're going to have to kind of take with a grain of salt with Jimmy Butler being out again.
All right, then of course we're getting a lot of comments here. Somebody here pushing the first half of the Bucks -3, and of course Edwin Romaine made an interesting comment. Let's see if I can pull up this comment because I thought it was interesting here. He thinks the book's begging you to take that that Bucks team here, and they see this might be some sort of trap.
It's definitely possible. I mean, if you have Milwaukee at -6 with Jimmy Butler out again after seeing what happened with the Bucks to the Heat last night, I could definitely see the books trying to beg you to take Milwaukee at that price.
Yep, and of course the coaching angle there with the Miami Heat as well. So a lot to think about in tonight's card here, especially that Milwaukee and Miami game. All right, continue on here on the drive-through. It's time to welcome to the show El Ninos. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. El, how you doing? We need your sound, son. You're not coming in. Hello? You got the mute on? Unmute your sound, maybe reset. Yeah, we cannot hear your sound, so we're going to have to come back to Al here in just a second. So you need to reset, re-sign out, try to get that sound going, but we cannot hear your voice. So we'll continue on and move. We'll have to...
you hear me now?
Now we hear you. Now we hear you.
Magic question, I guess.
I guess so. All right, Al, you're looking at a college hoops game, 9 Eastern time on ESPN2, Florida at Vanderbilt, with Florida laying 7.5. Total sits here at 143.
Yeah, that line definitely went up a bit, so we missed the best of that one. But I still like Florida in this spot. They'll be without Keontae Johnson, obviously, which is a huge blow to them. But I still think they're the better team here without him, and I think this team steps up in his absence and has a huge game for him, and I think they take care of business here. And it looks like a double-digit win for me, for Florida. So I'm going, laying the points here with the Gators.
All right, Al's on the Gators laying the points here against the Commodores. All right, Chris, what say you in this matchup?
This is, I think, the one time of the night I'm actually going to be on the other side. I like the value of the points of Vanderbilt. I just think Florida, without Keontae Johnson in that lineup, it's going to be hard pressed to replace almost 18 points a game. And I think Vanderbilt's got enough to at least keep this one close. Maybe sneak in the back door of the cover with the free throw game late, but I like the value set plus 7.5 with Vanderbilt in this one.
All right, go looking to the other side. All right, Al, you get the last word on this one.
Hey, again, sticking to my story here, I still like Florida. Again, as I said, that is a huge blow, but I still think they have the better players even without him, so sticking to the Gators here.
You're sticking with the guys here, taking the Florida Gators. All right, Al, as we approach the bottom of the hour, what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? Pretty good start to the NBA.
Yeah, I got Still got a 7-pack going off with my college football play, one college basketball. No, that's just sorry. I got the college basketball separately. I got 6. I got the whole card of the NBA. I really liked every single play tonight. So if you want to check those out, go ahead. I think it's worth a shot.
All right, guys, check out El Nino's over at Big Dog Supreme. A lot of action going on up there. You can pick up his daily pass for tonight, or we've got the 3-day pass up to 30-day. You'll get all of Al's plays for that period of time. Every pick that he releases over at Big Dogs Premium. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk with you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you then.
All right, El Nino's here on the drive-through. Back here with Chris. Hey, Chris, this game was not on by what was not selected by the Cappers, but was covered here. Florida and Oklahoma. This bowl game at 8 Eastern time on ESPN. We've seen a lot of movement in this line, and we've seen Oklahoma at -3, but now it's up to -8.5, total 64 now. The Sooners are favored. Taraska is not going to have a lot of his weapons. We're seeing a lot of opt-outs in the receiving corps.
Yeah, I mean, we see, I believe it's Kyle Pitts is out. I think one of the other receivers is out as well. And, I'm still going to stick with Florida here, only because I think that Kyle Pitts probably would have let the Gators know well in advance that he was probably going to be opting out or sitting out of the bowl game. It's not something that he would just let the coach know at the last. He wouldn't let Dan Mullen know, hey, 2 days before the game, I decided I'm going to sit this one out. And if that's the case, they practice with these guys. These guys don't become top string receivers or second string receivers on a Power 5 SEC team by accident. These are guys that can go out and make plays, and I think they can, with enough practice and getting their reps, and I think they can do enough to make some plays and keep this one close for Florida. I got a little bit of flack on it saying I thought Florida had a decent defense. I still think Florida has a decent defense. Whatever defense Florida has is a lot better than what Oklahoma has, which is absolutely no defense at all. So I think if Florida can step up and just make a couple plays, that can make a difference. I still like the value of Florida with the points. I like Florida on the money line as well, personally.
Yeah, I can argue they were taking the points. We saw Oklahoma really struggled with point production down the stretch there against Iowa State, the King, and Baylor. So I can see you there with taking the points there with Oklahoma. All right, continue here on the drive-through. It's time for yours truly with my show pick, and let's go. We're going to be looking here at Davidson -1 against Richmond. Davidson's been tested. They did cover against Texas and Providence, and it ended in one-possession games. They have a recent road win at Rhode Island. Now, Richmond has failed to cover 3 of their 4 after a home loss to Hofstra. The Spiders' defensive form is just poor. Look at their past 5 games, allowing nearly 50% shooting. This is a team that tries to outscore you, but I think Davidson here plays well on both ends of the court, and I do not like taking these type of teams that defend the way this Richmond Spiders are giving up nearly 50% shooting. I will take Davidson +1. What say you, Chris?
Yeah, if you had given me this line right after Richmond had their hot start to the season, I would have thought maybe you were crazy for taking Davidson with how well Richmond is playing. But up until now, after what we've seen so far, I can't disagree with you. I like Davidson as well. This is a balanced team that plays well at home, really good defensively. They can light it up from behind the arc. And Richmond's playing like, Tony, like you said, like they're trying to outscore the other team where their best defense is a good offense. And right now, the offense isn't doing its part to sort of pull away, and it's resulted in Richmond's performances like they had against Hofstra. So I like Davidson laying the point as well.
Yeah, all right. The agreement there with Davidson with laying the point here against the Richmond Spiders. And reminder, guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium. I got a 3-pack going on right now at the site. Also have a long-term pass, 7 and 30-day pass over at Pig Dogs Premium, so you can look me up over at Pig Dogs. All right, continue on here on the drive-through, and now what we're going to do is we're going to recap the plays from today. All right, El Ninos will sit in on this segment. So we start off with Joe Duffy. He liked the Nets and Hawks to go over total of 239. Ron Zawacki, the Spurs +6 against the Lakers. Shane Mickle, North Carolina, Georgia Tech over 142.5. Chris Ruffalo was in Arkansas laying the 3.5 against Auburn. Al takes Florida -7.5. That's college basketball against Vanderbilt. Yours truly on Davidson -1 against Richmond. And we'll go over to Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I think I'm probably going to have to agree with Rod. I like the Spurs +6 against the Lakers. I think that's going to be a close game. It's going to be decided late.
All right, let's go to El Ninos. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I like quite a few out there, but my favorite would have to be Chris's Arkansas -3.5.
All right, I like. I would say I like the Spurs +6. A close second would be Joe's over, but I'm going to go with the Spurs +6
Yeah, I like
against
that.
the Lakers. So that's the one I like as well. All right, Al, have a great night. We'll talk with you tomorrow. Now it's time to recap. I should say update the contest, handicapper contest from the Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place Facebook groups. Let's go ahead and get started here. We'll start here with the Pick Dogs top 10. Chris, we're down to 2 days, at 30 and 31st. James Clark still holding up here by 400 units, but behind him is Shane Scher and Forrest Elteland.
Yeah, this is going to be a race that's going to be decided in the last couple of days, and we're going to have to see how tonight goes, and shaping up into New Year's Eve and the last day of the contest. But again, like we said, this race is not over. There's still 2 days left in the contest. A lot of moves can be made, so it's going to be interesting to see how today and tomorrow shape up and help form out the rest of the contest.
That's right. Well, let's take a look here at 11 through 25. We see 15 cappers over 1,000 units of profit. Ivan Oliveras has a chance to close over 1,000. So does Marcus Miner and Justin Cannon and Trey Cole. Many of these can get hot and finish over 1,000 units. That would be very good work for the month. But at this point, if you're sitting here, you're probably looking at some money lines.
Yeah, I would probably say a couple of money line dogs, and but we said it before. There's something to be said for taking a long shot with the biggest dog on the board, but also just you want it to make sense as well, not just saying, hey, I'm going to put down the biggest dog and hope it comes in. It's got to make sense too, right? So that would be my advice. Just if you're going to take the dog, just sort of just do something that makes sense, and common sense, I think, is going to be your best friend in that regard.
All right, we'll do a couple of flashes here on the 1 through 10 on the Pick Dogs contest, and we'll go ahead and move on over to the Sports Chat Place group, and let's go ahead and look at the numbers now. We see Trey Jordan up with 23.94, DJ Boone with 20.50, but boy, we're starting to see Lagar out there with a shot. So is Brian Glenn Jones.
Yeah, this was a log jam at the top of the Sports Chat Place board, and this has been a fantastic race down the stretch. I mean, like I say, you give me 1,800 units of profit in a month, I'll be doing a happy dance, man. It's fantastic to see, how well some of these cappers are doing, and over 1 month, even if you don't win this thing, keep your head held high, because that's some fantastic work that's been done over the course of a month.
Absolutely. All right, let's take a look here at 11 through 25, and we're seeing here Mark Lewis, Darren Tingle with shots. A lot of them with shots here to get over 1,000 units.
Yeah, and like I said, even 370 units of profit is nothing to sneeze at here. This is fantastic work done by the people that ended up on the top 25. And even if you're not on the top 25, this has been a fantastic thing to watch. A lot of people putting some hard work in here, and again, guys, keep your heads held high. This was not easy, and to go out and stick your neck out there and to make picks like we do on a daily basis. You guys see, it's not easy, and kudos to everybody who participated and put their best foot forward here.
And we're flashing here the top 10s now, Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Now you can go up to the Facebook group and search the group Sports Chat Place, as well as Pick Dogs, and the two separate groups, and that's where the cappers are placing their picks. Everything's transparent. The cappers are posting their picks for everyone to see that's signed up for the Facebook group. So go and sign up for those Facebook groups, Pick Dogs, and of course Sports Chat Place. And there's a thread every day started by Rod Zawacki, and you'll see all the cappers posting their 3 plays, up to 3 plays a day, and you'll be able to track those. So you can also track the leaders there. Good place to check them out if you need some help with your capping. Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs Facebook group. All right, guys, again, thanks for joining us here on the drive-thru. We're back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And don't forget, it starts in the morning every day with Mitch's morning show at 10 a.m. Eastern time. They will give you coverage here of the big New Year's Day bowl games and a lot more. And, of course, we'll be here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the crew from today's show. Wave everyone goodbye. And, of course, we got a bird cage. We got a bird cage here from Rod Zawacki. A little gift from him with the Spurs, Blazers, and Vandy. And look at that plus money there, Chris.
Oh, man, that's something actually I didn't even think about, and that's something I'm going to have to look into. Especially the option at the top, man. That's Spurs, man. That looks like the most likely one to come in out of the bunch, man. I don't remember who they're playing tonight. It must be some bunch of bums on the other side. I'll tell you that much. Holy.
Absolutely, guys. So check out. All right, El Nino. So I think he took exception. I think he liked the Blazers beating the Clippers, but he wasn't very happy with that Spurs over the Lakers. I can tell you that right now. There's no question about that. All right. So, all right, guys. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. each time for the drive-thru. I'm Tony T with Chris Ruffalo, and of course El Nino's in on this segment. We'll have you guys have a good night, and we'll talk with you guys